You're an Avenger. But down here, you're out of your league.
Welcome to Concept, and today we're counting down the top 10 unanswered Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania questions.
Just wait till you meet my variants.
After witnessing the third Scott Lang film, we're looking at the MCU storyline areas about which we have the greatest curiosity. You should be prepared for significant spoilers if you haven't seen Quantumania. Which upcoming MCU project has your most anticipation? Please tell us in the comments. Number 10. How did Kang kill Thor? One of the most menacing claims of the Conqueror is that he once slew the God of Thunder.
Indeed, Thunderer. Let us finish this.
But how could a common person ever compete with an Odinson? Although there were no specifics provided, it's safe to assume that he was using potent sci-fi weapons at the time. Thor Ragnarok demonstrated that the God of Thunder can be exposed by technology if it is sufficiently sophisticated. We assume that Kang discovered the kind of weapons that had enough power to defeat an Asgardian.
You've seen them appear in various timelines, only to be eliminated.
We're guessing that the Conqueror had his god-busting gear taken away before he faced Scott in the quantum dimension.
You may not want her to watch this. We had a deal.
Number 9. To the Avengers still assemble, we began to wonder about the team's state.
Avengers!
Assemble.
When Modioke was made an honorary Avenger, Scott conveyed the impression that it had been some time since he has worked as a superhero throughout Quantumania. Since the events of Endgame, we've hardly ever seen more than 3 Avengers together. We began to wonder if there were any scheduled meetings between Earth and the galaxy's mightiest heroes.
Like a planet? Like in outer space?
Oh, look. It's like a little puppy, all happy and everything.
Admittedly, a number of the Avengers have recently been quite occupied mentoring or rearing the newest heroes. But since so many potentially catastrophic dangers materialize in Phase 4, we believe it would be wise for the team to convene an intergalactic Zoom conference.
Goes sideways, anyone's making trouble where they shouldn't, comes through me.
Number 8. What happened to Ghost?
Every cell in my body is torn apart and stitched back together, over and over, every day.
The final installment lacked a few Ant-Man series characters. Peyton Reed, the filmmaker, claimed in an interview that the emphasis on the quantum realm resulted in the exclusion of valued human allies like Luis. That being said, it draws even more attention to Ghost's absence.
Okay, healing particle secured for our new ghost friend.
Great.
The heroes learn in the second movie that they can use energy from the quantum realm to treat her excruciating molecular state. The third movie, however, doesn't even make reference to Ghost. Furthermore, unknown is if she was taken away following the events in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ghost would have gone 5 years without receiving quantum treatment.
Not gonna hurt you, Scott, unless I have to.
Number 7. Is the quantum tunnel time machine still around?
What if there was a way that we could enter the quantum realm at a certain point in time, but then exit the quantum realm at another point in time? Like before Thanos.
In Quantumania, Scott makes several references to how time travel allowed him to save the world. We were left wondering what had become of the time machine that had made it possible. Cap used it to move an Infinity Stone and a hammer back to their rightful places in the final act of Endgame. But was the device later taken apart? The villains are more than capable of snatching from heroes. As
Launch for intercept, green light, green light.
Oh yeah.
previous MCU movies like Spider-Man, Homecoming have demonstrated, a villain might simply go to the past if they discovered the device and obtained enough particles. It's horrifying to consider that a villain may manipulate time to seize one Infinity Stone or the entire gauntlet.
You have to return the stones to the exact moment you got them. You're going to open up a bunch of nasty alternative realities.
Number 6. Would Cassie or Kate lead the Young Avengers?
Stay here. Cassie! Oh no.
It is made clear that Cassie is an idealistic young heroine who desires to assist everyone in need throughout Quantumania. She also has an effective size changing suit that has assisted her in taking down bad guys. Will she take charge if a young Avengers squad is put together? It's true that Cassie has rivals.
All right, Kate. Let's give him hell.
The first Hawkeye recently gave Kate Bishop a little lesson in valor. She not only learned some advanced archery techniques, but also how to correctly assess perilous circumstances and take on one of the MCU's most terrifying villains. Bishop is also equipped financially to support a squad. Who would be chosen as the leader is still up for debate.
Kingpin all by yourself. Not many people walk away from something like that. I'm so proud of you.
Number 5. What is Victor Timely aka Kang planning? In the Quantumania movie's climactic post-credits scene, Loki observed a Victor Timely, a different version of Kang, do a public demonstration.
A man.
Flesh and blood. Don't tell me I'm a disappointment.
The god of mischief appeared to be very worried about what this conqueror incarnation was up to. It seems that a previous Marvel plot may provide some clues. Kang aimed to make it simpler for him to defeat the Avengers in the 20th century in the comics. He came to the conclusion that the best line of action was to go back in time to the 1900s and build a modern metropolis that would be around before the majority of the heroes. According to what is known, Timely from the MCU will probably attempt to take control of his timeline without the help of the Avengers.
You just walked down.
Number 4. Will the hero stay in touch with the Quantum Realm residents? While attempting to return to Earth, the heroes gained a lot of acquaintances in the Quantum Realm. They also left a vast number of intelligent, sociable, and sizable ants in the small universe.
You've learned about the suit, but you've yet to learn about your greatest allies. The ants. Loyal, brave, and your partners on this job.
But do the heroes intend to keep up these connections? It would be advantageous to have a full battalion of insects on the side of good if another major army attacked Earth. Gentora, owned by Katie O'Brien, also revealed herself to be a formidable combatant who would be utterly trustworthy. And William Jackson Harper's claws should be able to enter a villain's skull if Scott needs to know what his adversaries are thinking. The heroes should make sure to visit their buddies in the Quantum Realm.
In the garbage disposal. That's the sound that my brain makes. All the time.
Number 3. Did Kang really die?
I don't have to win. We both just have to lose.
After the final battle, Scott naturally wondered if he had defeated the Conqueror. Kang was dragged inside a machine that contained expanding and contracting in discs when we last saw him. Regrettably, it's not certain evidence that he passed away after Scott caused his suit to malfunction. Darren Cross famously survived after being shrunk down by Pym particles, and he's hardly the only villain to have gotten away with something that ought to have killed them. If Kang were to survive the Pym particle incident, Scott Lang would receive no pity from him. In the near future, one of the most powerful individuals in the multiverse might attempt to get revenge on Ant-Man.
Or everything you call a life will end.
Number 2. Was Kang always a part of Janet's story?
What are you so afraid of? There's something I never told you.
Janet explains that she has been hiding her strained relationship with Kang for years at Quantumania. But what if she was left with no options? Kang of Quantumania admits that he was banished to the quantum world because he was unable to quit claiming timelines. He shouldn't have been able to do that, though. The He Who Remains version of Kang spent ages trying to stop the multiverse from existing.
So I isolated our timeline. All I have to do is manage the flow of time and prevent any further branches.
It didn't return till after he was dead. But Janet shouldn't have been able to meet a different Kang before this had place. Was her memory altered following the Loki events to make room for the Conqueror? That wouldn't be the first time that a large group of characters in the MCU suddenly remembered Kang's existence.
Countless different versions of a very dangerous person, and they're all set on war. We need to prepare.
Take it easy. You're an analyst, right? What division are you from?
What are you talking about?
Who are you?
Number 1. Did Ant-Man actually doom the world?
Who are you? I'm the man who can give you the one thing you want.
Scott is left to worry if his crew brought about the death of the world because he is aware that he might have pushed other Kangs to attack Earth. The more important question is whether the planet will still exist when any of the Conquerors show up. A threat to the destruction of Earth is revealed to Doctor Strange at the conclusion of his second appearance. Moreover, we are aware that a very enraged Celestial is debating whether the planet deserves to survive. And what if a bad guy could suddenly appear from another universe and wipe out everything? It appears that Earth-616 is genuinely doomed at this time. Which entity will destroy the world is the only open question.
I can destroy galaxies with a thought. Why won't you die?
How did you find the video? Check out these additional concept films, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notified when we upload new content.